On today's show, there's at least 4 teams that I would trade places with if I was the Dallas Mavericks. Which ones are those? And we'll answer more of your questions on today's Locked On Mavs. Stop it! Stop! The number 1 pick will go to the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flagg will fly in Dallas.
Dogs, all of us, all 5.
You are Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city
Lights back. And welcome. You are locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for being an everydayer, making Locked On Mavs your first listen. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Joining me, as always, my co-host, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years, right alongside me, the Taylor Swift son, the One More Thing King. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
Yeah, super excited to see what the Taylor Swift announcement is.
12.
Maybe it's like Travis is retiring.
Yeah, it could be they're moving to, she's going back to New York, or, she's moving to Kansas City, or I don't know. I was hearing all the announcements today and all the, I get all the Taylor Swift,
All your push notifications?
Investigative stuff where every tweet on my timeline is all these people trying to figure out if that's who it was on the podcast.
Man, we have a different algorithm.
And as I was going through it today, I looked down and I was wearing an orange shirt. She got to me. She got
You're
to me
part of it
subconsciously.
See, I saw that tweet and I thought you were talking about the WNBA, like something happened.
Today's episode, we're gonna break down Taylor Swift. Is it the 12th album? Is it the Eras documentary? What is it? We're going to answer your questions from the mailbag. We put out a question and asked you to send in your questions to our text line. You can go to joinsubtext.com/LockedOnMavs or text the number 214-643-8637 and be part of our text line group. And you can ask any question, and I answer as many of them as I can and send it back in a mailbag document. And then we're going to answer a bunch of them today, including we're going to talk about what the best and worst outcome of the season is going to be. Who averages more points, D'Angelo Russell or Cooper Flagg? A bunch of other questions like that. But let's start with this one, Isaac Harris. I love this one from Mason. How many teams would you rather swap situations with if you were the Dallas Mavericks? And I started to go through this, and honestly, there was not that many. There was 4 where I was like, all right, I would definitely switch positions with this team. And you're talking about age of players. You're talking about the players that they have, the timeline that they're on. Everything considering. I even included market size and different things like that.
So front office and owner? Did you?
Sure. Yeah. All that stuff. I would think about swapping, and it made me think. There's a couple. We'll go through the ones that we would, but it made me think when I realized I only had 4 solid ones, and I thought, man, the Mavs are actually set up pretty well. They've got Cooper Flagg, and as I went through it, most of the time I said, would I rather have Cooper Flagg or would I rather have Amen Thompson in the Rockets' whole situation? Right? Would I rather have Cooper Flagg or Cade Cunningham in the Pistons? I just started going through it all. And the answer, would I rather have Cooper Flagg, came up, yes, for me more often than not. And I think that's what I came away with after doing this.
Yeah, that was my question back for you, was how many more teams would you have had if they didn't win the top pick in the lottery?
Oh, a bunch more.
Yeah. Because, I was the same way. That's what I started going down through them. I'm like, man, kind of like how, some of the picks. I was looking at doing some research on the picks. I was, looking at some of their long-term contracts on top of their cornerstone piece. And then it just came down to would I rather have that flexibility and a couple of those young guys on this team, or would I rather have the stud in Cooper Flagg? Because it's hard to find a guy like that. And yeah, I'm with you. I had 4 that I think I'm pretty confident in, and then a half one with a question mark.
Which is hilarious because we didn't tell each other what we were doing. And I said before we hit record, I was like, how many do you have? Just give me a number. And you went 4.5. And I legitimately have 4 and 1 with a question mark next to it.
I feel like we're gonna differ on the 4th one.
For sure. I think we're gonna differ on a couple of these.
Really?
The Thunder for sure is one.
3 of them I was very confident in.
Thunder for sure is one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Spurs another one.
100%. Yeah.
Nuggets was another one.
I had them as my 4th team, but I didn't think you were going to have them.
I got that. I'll take the best player. I'll take best player in the world, still in his prime right now, and I'll take their starting lineup and all that.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's pause on them for a second because I feel like some people. So Jokic is 30, and I feel like some people might push back on the Denver one. If you look at it and say, all right, Jokic at 30 versus Cooper Flagg at 18.
Jokic's athleticism is really going to start going after a while here, and he really relies on that.
But that's that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you can look at Denver and they're like Books isn't like crazy to me, especially after swapping MPJ for Cam Johnson, and so it just comes down for me of like kind of what you were joking about, but like I think Jokic, if you think he's going to keep playing until he's like a typical player, or if you think he's going to pull Barry Sanders and retire like next year, but let's just assume that he plays throughout majority of his 30s, he's still going to be really dominant. I mean, he's the best player in the world right now. So I'm with you. I take Denver because I think your goal is to win a title, and what Jokic is right now. He's one of the best big men to ever play the game. So to have this realistic shot for the next 5 to 6, 7 years, maybe, you can't really pass that up. It's hard.
The Mavs are hoping that they can put everything together next year, the year after that, and build up to what the Nuggets already have. You know what I mean? And then like maybe 3 or 4 years after that, Cooper Flagg building up his team to get to that point. Then so like the Nuggets already have it right now. They went toe to toe with that Thunder team. Like I think that matters. Spurs and OKC, you didn't even think about it. It just like was automatic for me. I was like, I'd rather have Wembanyama and the insane group of young players. Like that young core is just wild. Like, what if Dylan Harper is like an All NBA player too? Right? Like, all of a sudden,
Wemby's what, just 3 years older than Cooper?
Yeah,
or whatever it is. I mean, and then all the stuff. I mean, they got picks. They got I mean, I think it's just like them versus OKC of like which situation would you rather have in the league?
No-brainer.
OKC, I mean, everybody knows the whole conversation with that. They have the picks on top of a plethora of young talent. So
my third one, I was surprised how much I was surprised that I thought that this was a lock for me.
Denver?
No, my third one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one more as a lock.
I would take the Cavs situation.
Whoa! I didn't even consider the Cavs.
I think they just won like 60-something games. They've got Evan Mobley, who I think can take another leap forward. Darius Garland, I think,
like Mobley a lot.
Darius Garland can get a little bit better too. They've got a really good situation. And you know what? Honestly, when I started thinking about it, I was like, they're in the East. And the East is going to be really easy next year. Or it's going to be much weaker than it was this past year and even in years past. And I was like, you know what? I think I would rather have the Cavs situation than I would have the Mavs because of Evan Mobley. You know that's a talent that's going to be really good and is young still and can get a ton better. And you're in the East.
I need to think about it more.
What if Cooper Flagg becomes as good as Evan Mobley? That would be a win, I think. And Evan Mobley's already that good.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of like burned a little bit by, hey, we've kind of seen this a little bit and it hasn't worked with the backcourt of Mitchell and Garland. It hasn't worked on the big stage yet.
Right. You had injuries and stuff like that, but yeah, it hasn't yet.
That's true. Yeah. That's the only thing, I guess, that's because I do like Mobley a lot. That's the only thing that holds me back some. I would need to look at their like pick situation. I guess you're right. I guess I just overlooked them.
Honestly, if they weren't in the East, if this was a West team, like considering everything else, I would not take them. But because they're in the East, that was the tiebreaker for me. I was like, yep, give me that situation.
Okay, well, you're going to laugh at my fourth one then.
They're going to be the best team in the East for sure.
Oh, they will. Well, dang, you're really going to laugh at me at my fourth one then.
To the Pelicans? I would really laugh at you if it was the Pelicans.
No, I mean, wait. My fourth one's going to be a longer conversation now. I'll tell you my half one.
The half one for me is a longer conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, my fourth one is the Lakers.
That was my half one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I just look at it and not only, Luka's 26, he's, top 3, top 4, top 5 player, however you want to, do that in the league.
I had him third on my Locked On Top 100.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's just like you look at, I think I wrapped everything into that one of the situation, the market being the Lakers. It feels like after this swan song, everybody praise LeBron year, it feels like they're going to be able to reset the deck. And like, I mean, look at their contracts, they actually have some picks and stuff, but it looks like they're going to have a shot here post LeBron retirement season to really, I mean, to have the city like Los Angeles, the Lakers franchise, a coach in JJ Redick. That's good. I mean, I hate all this. Okay. Trust me. I hate saying all this to say like, all right, now we can like really reset and rebuild around an MVP candidate that can, we know everything that Luka can do. So I think that right there, for me, it wasn't even like a debate. I honestly wrote them down like third. It was like, yeah, swap them out. They don't really have any like big long-term bad contracts. It's just mainly like, hey, they can clear the deck, still have some picks, and be in LA with an MVP candidate that's 26. It's tough to beat long term.
Tough to beat for sure. That was one where I was like, I'm pretty sure I would take this situation. Coming up, let's talk about why I maybe wouldn't. And then Isaac's got another situation he would take over the Maverick situation.
I had a half one.
A half one. We'll talk about his half one. We'll talk about his half. Going up. Today's episode. Get out of here. Get off this.
Bye.
Get off this screen. Hold on. Get out of here. With your half.
Today's episode
of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA to go to any kind of concert. I don't know if Taylor Swift's coming back anytime soon, but there's all kinds of other concerts you can go to. Jason Aldean is the first one I saw. I don't think I know one single. Oh, we were talking about the Jonas Brothers earlier. They're coming on Sunday, August 31st. You can go get tickets, $49 at Dos Equis Pavilion. You can go see them. The weekend, there's Wings games still on there. Stars games are coming up. There's one on what's that? September 20th. Man, that is coming up quick. You can go to
someone help me get Jonas Brothers concert tickets.
Get Jonas Brothers to the Star. Game Time can help you with that. They're $50 right now on there.
Lies.
They're $50 right here on Game Time. I have it up here. And if it's your first time using it, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Create an account. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA. Redeem the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets. Lowest prices. Guaranteed.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
If you skip the ad, Isaac just called our last advertiser a liar.
I was calling you a liar.
Okay.
I would never call Game Time a liar. Game Time, we love you, our friends.
No, because you can see the prices before fees, with fees and everything.
I don't know what you're reading over there.
I'm reading Game Time. Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every day. We appreciate you for checking out the show. If you want to support the show, text us, get text alerts from us on every Mavs rumor, news updates, game previews, Q&As like this one, and more. Subscribe to be a Locked On Mavs insider. It's 214-643-8637. Click the link in the description. It's joinsubtext.com/LockedOnMavs. A lot of people ask us, how do I get on there? Well, you can just do that. Click the link in the description, and you can be part of that. Help support the show. And we get questions like this one from Mason. How many teams would you rather switch situations with? And we've named OKC, the Spurs, the Cavs, the Nuggets, the Lakers. Those are the ones that I came up with that I would switch situations with. And the Lakers, though, I had as a half one. This LeBron thing, I don't know how it's going to end. And
does it matter?
I mean, it might not because it's the Lakers. It always
we're talking about moving forward as a franchise. I mean,
I know it always seems like they fall backwards into a situation, but it has seemed like Pelinka has taken some time to move on from something, and then the LeBron the end of the LeBron AD run until he got bailed out by this Luka trade was like, oh my God, what are they doing over there? They're wasting the end of LeBron's career basically, and I think Pelinka can drag his feet on some stuff, and I don't know that I would take that situation. I don't know if
so. You don't like the Ayton signing?
It's fine for them, but I don't think it's like a championship move for them, or the Marcus Smart one. I don't know if Marcus Smart can even play anymore, and so we'll see.
Anyone with a firm opinion about Marcus Smart right now, good or bad, then I'm like, come on.
They're also going to give Austin Reeves $30 million a year to become the running mate next to Luka, and so building around a Luka Austin Reeves lineup is not going to be the easiest to me. You've got
I
to
said
have
trade him.
You've got to have some good, defenders around them for sure. And,
Just for the sake of other questions, my half one was Houston. I halfway thought about it.
Thought about that.
Just because obviously they have some younger pieces. I actually like the Jabari Smith extension. They got a couple really good picks. I'm not a big person when it comes to like, hey, that pick is awesome, because picks can change so much. But they do have some Phoenix ones that's in the near future after this Phoenix, retooling and stuff that could be good picks.
That was very generous of you to call Phoenix's thing a retooling.
I think this question, it could change very fast from a question mark to a guarantee if Amen takes another step.
Yeah.
Because it's like Amen, Şengün, Jabari Smith. It's like these are good young Tari Eason, good young players, but any of them, I think there's a reason why they went out and got Kevin Durant to be like their guy, their alpha guy. So that's the reason I think I'd still lean Dallas, but overall collection of young talent, that obviously Houston has that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, they're a better team than the Mavs right now. Like, let's be clear about that. We're talking about situation for now going into the future. And I would take building around Cooper Flagg over building around Ahmed Thompson, Şengün. And like,
but they could trade for Giannis in like 6 months and everything's.
So then maybe you just answered your question just now. You would rather have their situation because they have the stuff to do that.
It is crazy to think about it. You have somebody like Giannis, and neither one of us even thought about the Bucks because the Bucks situation just like
didn't even consider them. Just crossed them off. Like,
I know, and it's just.
I thought about Boston for a quick second because when Tatum comes back, like
I don't mess with Achilles, man. Achilles they're not like ACLs.
I mean, we just saw Klay Thompson. Like,
it's true. Yeah, it's true.
I thought about the Pistons with Cade Cunningham in the East, build around them.
Yeah, I like Cade a lot. It's also Detroit. I mean,
Yeah,
we just don't see
You know
Dallas has better option.
Well, I thought about the Knicks for the same reason because they got Brunson. They have a lot of talent there. They're in the East.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden. They're the Knicks. All that. I did also think about the Timberwolves for a second because Anthony Edwards. They've been to two Western Conference Finals.
For as long as it took me to load their Spotrac page to see their contracts, that's how long it took me to say I'm out.
Did you not like the Nas one?
Nas, Randall, Gobert. I'm sorry.
Interesting. I was listening to Slightly today, and he went through and said that he thought that the Nas contract was one of the more overrated moves of the offseason.
It's a little overrated, yeah. I think I love Nas, but I think he's a little bit overrated by people.
Yeah. And they're going to have a weird guard problem if Mike Conley takes another step back this year.
Yes, they will.
Got to figure something out.
Dillingham is pretty small.
There you go, Mason. We fully answered your question. Good
job, Mason. Good question.
Nick from Kentucky and Jacob and several others asked this kind of question. What's the best possible outcome of the season and the worst possible outcome? Let's start with the best possible. Give me the elevator pitch for the best possible outcome for this Mavericks team.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with Anthony Davis. I think he plays 65, 70 games. I'm going to be deja vu from a podcast the other day, but Kyrie Irving, comes back around trade deadline, let's say March, gives you a final 25, 30 games of the season. Cooper Flagg is like the runaway for Rookie of the Year and just ahead of schedule as far as acclimating to the NBA. I think those are the three main ones. And then that ultimately means you get into the playoffs and, you make it to like Western Conference Finals. I think that is a huge, that's the best possible outcome, I think.
That's the ceiling, I think. I don't think they can make a finals.
Yeah, I mean, we could go through each individual player and D'Lo shoots this or
unless something happens to the Thunder. Like, honestly, I think that Thunder team or the Nuggets. Like, I don't think they're beating either of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to see. There's too many new pieces for Dallas right now. We haven't seen AD together, with this crew very much.
89 games.
We're not going to see AD and Kyrie together until hopefully this year in like March.
But you see the vision, though.
I do. I see the vision. Fortune favors the bold. And, Cooper Flagg obviously hasn't played an NBA game yet. So it's hard to even say, like, on paper, you're like, oh, sweet, I like this. I like how some of the rosters make it. But we just saw OKC win a title, and it's hard to just be like, oh, we can compete with those guys right now.
I mean, what if Flagg is like as good as Luka was his rookie year? Then maybe we're talking about something completely different where we're like, oh, maybe they could be one of these teams. You know,
you just did a whole podcast on that the other day where you said Cooper was better than Luka. No, Cooper's not going to be on the same level as Luka rookie season as far as like scoring and like being able to carry a team offensively and stuff. We've said this so many different times. His game is going to look completely different than Luka's. So he can be impacting both ends of the floor. The numbers won't look the same. Maybe some of the crazy highlights that Luka had, he won't have those. But it doesn't mean that he's going to be like a bad rookie because of it.
Why'd you do that? You keep bringing up Luka and comparing them. Like, do we need to compare them every single time?
Put it in the thumbnail and let's see how many people.
Yeah. Well, we will.
Now,
would you rather have the Lakers or the Mavs?
God, you are, aren't you?
No, we didn't start.
These guys can't stop talking about Luka.
We talked about him every day for like 7 years. Oh, you guys keep talking about Luka. Yeah, that's what we did for so long.
Luka get traded back to the Mavs, and it's like, why y'all still talking about him?
Move on. You guys are still talking about Cooper Flagg. Coming up, the worst possible scenario for the Mavericks and more questions from you guys. We'll get into that.
Explain yourself.
Sorry.
All right, Isaac, we're answering questions from our text line. Join subtext.com/LockedOnMavs. You can go and text us, get text alerts from us and all kinds of stuff. And we're answering a question from Nick and from Jacob, the best and worst possible scenario for the Mavericks this season. You talked about the best. Here's the worst to me. The opposite of everything you just said.
Oh, cool.
Anthony Davis doesn't play 65 or more games, and he's injured. He plays, like 35 or something like that, where you're just like, it's like not he's out for a long period of time. It's like multiple times he's out with different kinds of injuries. The eye thing again, some other kind of like adductor, something like that keeps popping up, and he's out for different.
Keep going.
What was that? What conspiracy for?
No, you said the eye thing.
His third eye?
No, keep going. Come on.
I think that was the first time you've used your soundboard on the show. And I just want to mark this. I just want to mark this occasion. And you know what I want to say back to you?
What?
Stop it!
That's the next evolution of this show. We're just going to communicate with each other through drops for a whole segment.
Isaac, when you played this, I just wanted to say,
Explain yourself.
Sorry.
Welcome to Dallas, a city.
Oh, dang it.
I'm not playing. I'm watching.
All
Just
right,
like
I'm
you
done.
guys.
I'm done. Put that in the timestamps. Isaac uses Soundboard.
soundboard for the first time on the show. It's a big moment. It's a big moment. In the comments on YouTube, recommend a sound drop you want Isaac to add to his board.
I got a running list. I just got to do it.
I'll send him my library of all the old ones that we've used before. Worst possible outcome. Anthony Davis doesn't play a ton of games, and Cooper Flagg is not a fringe all-star, and he doesn't look like the player that we expect him to be. His offense is going to take a little bit more time. The defense is not like looking like it's going to end up being elite, first year. I don't know that we can know that first year, but it looks like he doesn't really belong out there. That would be worst case scenario where you go, oh my gosh, he was supposed to come in and save the franchise, and he may be a developmental guy because he's 18, he's young, he's got to figure out the NBA game. Like the speed of the game looks too much for him. In a similar way to what it looked like for Omax, like when we saw Omax go out there and you go, oh no, this is going to take a little bit longer than we thought or hoped. And Kyrie doesn't come back at all.
Yeah. What's because I said the same thing. So what's the worst case scenario, like team finish? Because I want to see if it's the same as mine.
Oh, I mean, they missed they miss everything. Like they missed
No,
the
no.
postseason.
See, so no. Let me convince you.
Wait, they
See you guys at the lottery.
we're back there.
At least in the lottery, we know we have a shot. Like
That's true. They do own the pick.
I said worst case scenario, you get out of the play-in to be the 8th seed and you get swept.
Oh yeah.
I think that's horrible. I think that's the worst possible. I mean, this is the whole thing this past year. I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we trying to get the 8th spot to get swept by OKC? And yeah, I think that would be the worst case scenario.
But then fortune favored the bold, Isaac.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Did he say that? Can we use that as a drop? Did he use that in a?
Shh, stop.
Did he
I
use
have
that
it
in
on
the
my
presser?
list. I'm adding it as a drop.
We're going to overuse that so much, just like this one.
Dallas is going to get a seat at the table.
They got a seat, all right. They got a seat at something.
I was talking fantasy football the other day, and somebody was like, "Hey, like Brian Thomas versus Nico Collins," and I was like, "I'm taking Brian Thomas because I can't have Nico Collins on my team," and they just didn't get it forever. So anyway,
Did you say you were talking to fantasy football?
to somebody about fantasy football.
Okay, I think you said I was
Stop it.
talking to fantasy football.
It's a new AI program.
Isaac's sitting there with a mock draft in front of him, being like, "You know what, fantasy football? I'm gonna beat you this."
What's the next question?
There's so many we're not gonna get to, but I answered as many as I could in a mailbag that I sent to the text line subscribers. Montana Mavs fan asked this: who will average more points, D'Lo or Cooper Flagg? Is it bad if the answer is D'Lo? We've kind of talked about this before, but I don't think it's bad if D'Lo is the answer. D'Lo averaged for the 4 years before last one 18 points a game. I don't think Cooper Flagg is going to average 18 points a game. If he does,
You think it's D'Lo? I think it's Cooper easily.
I think Cooper could. I think Cooper could, and I think Cooper will. But I don't think the answer is bad if it's D'Angelo Russell. I think that's the question I'm answering for him.
You want to put a board bet on it until Kyrie comes back?
Oh, who averages more points, D'Lo or Cooper Flagg?
I'll take Cooper.
I don't want to vert against Cooper Flagg in any single way.
No. I need you to be rooting for D'Lo.
Remember, every year we do the board bet revisited episode, and we go back and look at them.
It's awesome.
It's a great episode. We always do.
Someone asked very late. Mark said, "Who would you rather have, Patrick Dumont, Matt Ishbia, or Jay Reinsdorf?"
Yeah, I had that.
And I laughed really hard, and I thought about it too long.
I had that one written down, and I didn't think about it too. You know what I came back to? Jerry Reinsdorf saw success. He may have ruined it in the end,
man, I know,
but he saw success. And you know what? Say what you want about Patrick Dumont, loyal listener of the podcast. His team has been to a finals, and you can't say that about Matt Ishbia. So I'd take Dumont at least over Ishbia.
Okay, so Dumont versus Ishbia, because I just wrote Reinsdorf off.
You would take Reinsdorf?
No, I just wrote him off.
What?
So
He was the owner for Michael Jordan.
okay. Would you rather have an owner that blindly says, I don't know anything, you got it, and blindly empower somebody that and doesn't know like anything about the organization, culture, any of the stuff, and just says, hey, you are hired in this job, you make all the decisions? Would you rather have that, or would you rather have, I'm coming in hot and I want to do all these different things like Ishbia?
Ishbia issued a memo to the Sun, like the people that work for the Suns, that he's going to be getting more involved.
Yeah, I know. So which one would you rather have?
I would take the Dumont approach.
Okay, and that's where it.
Although the Mavs had the Matt Ishbia approach technically with Cuban for a long time, and it worked out okay for them.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is obviously relative to the person and all the stuff.
And the franchise and what you're starting with and the talent that you're working with and all that. And obviously, like, I don't think Dumont is the reason they went to the finals. Like, I'm not saying that, but I am saying
that's what I heard.
His team did go to the finals.
Patrick, we know. We know.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. You did that.
You did that. Okay, I'm going to throw a note.
They handed you the Western Conference Finals trophy, right? Right? Did you know what it was? Maybe not.
He did get that trophy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And
Greg,
also, he would have gotten the trophy for the championship games, too.
Funny. I don't want to ask the opposing player in the fear thing, because then we're going to talk about L again.
Laura Beth?
Greg said top 3 role players from Mavs history that would fit very well on this current roster, and you can't pick anyone that's played for the Mavs over the last 10 years. I love this question.
I totally overlooked that last part of the question. I looked.
You cheater!
I don't think I cheated. No, I don't think. Well,
Because like JJ's out.
I was gonna say, yeah,
and
JJ is the one that I picked. That
Okay.
I did put that one in there. Oh well, sorry.
I went through every roster.
Sorry,
since
Greg. Sorry.
1980.
Jason Terry's got to be the first one on your list.
No, he's didn't he play like? No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Not for the Mavs. Not for the Mavs.
I guess I always just considered him like a top 3 player on that team.
Yeah, but he was never like an all-star. He was 6th man of the year once and second
that's true. I guess
twice
he'd count.
and third twice. And I mean, never close to an all-star. He last played for the Mavericks in 2012.
Yeah, so he'd count.
He would count. The other one I picked was Devin Harris.
He's definitely played in the last 10 years for him.
Yeah, but I didn't care about that part of the question.
You didn't see the role.
I wrote it down,
all
but
right.
I didn't.
I got to throw some names at you.
He last played 2018.
That's definitely less than 10 years.
It's not. It's not far though.
A guy that I
7 years ago.
really liked back in the day, Al Farouk Aminu. Man, I would love him on this team.
I think he would play.
I know, but he would be fun. Him, Jay Crowder, my guy, Vince Carter. DeJuan Blair probably wouldn't play, but here you go.
Do you get Vince Carter, Mavs era Vince Carter?
Yeah, I think you got to take it.
I think you picked 3 guys that wouldn't play in the rotation.
Shut up. All right. Go
Jay
cut
Crowder,
your hair.
Alfred Camino, and Mavs era Vince
All right.
Carter.
Let me give you some real ones that
I'd rather
that
break
would,
the rules than have.
No. Rule breaker. Here's some guys that actually play on this team. Roddy B.
Okay.
Roddy B would play on this team. He would be a fun spark plug off the bench. I think Peja shooting would get him some minutes, possibly on the wing. Your guy, Nick the Quick.
Oh yeah,
He would be fun on this
one.
team.
It's a
It's
great
backup
one.
guard. Hubert Davis, Jerry Stackhouse, and then Eric Strickland.
You broke the rules too.
What?
He said pick 3.
Oh,
named
yeah, that's
like
true.
12 players.
Deshaun Stevenson, Eric Strickland, I think is kind of a throwback one, and then Brad Davis. I think Brad Davis back.
Oh yeah, it could use a good point guard.
Scrappy Brad would be fun off the bench. Not Townsend, Brad Davis, but
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go. That's answers to some of our questions. Subscribe to the text line. You want to get your question answered. I answered a ton. We got a ton of other questions in there about Cooper Flagg, about the Mavs season, about trades. People are still asking about the Luka trade. I got 2 questions about the Luka trade in there. So go subscribe to that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Tomorrow we'll be back with more, breaking down some what ifs, and then we'll have Slightly and Isaac and I for the end of the week. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom.